Hello and welcome to our conversation about taking steps to improve equity, diversity, and inclusion in our places of work and communities. It is brought to you by the Greater Parkland Regional Chamber of Commerce and the Community and Social Development Department of the town of Stony. Today's workforce is made up of individuals with varying abilities and needs. The one-size-fits-all approach to employer-sponsored benefits is proving ineffective. Today, we'll point out several key benefits and perks that are highly sought after by employees and why they're important to their attraction and retention within an organization. The conversation takes place between myself, Mike, Renata, and Ada of BadaB Consulting. At the end, we'll also take a moment to tell you about our recognition badges that help you take steps and demonstrate your commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion. Now, let's get talking.
Hi, Renata and Mike. Have you noticed that when we have conversations with new graduates and seasoned professionals seeking work, the criteria they use to evaluate good potential employers have changed?
I would agree with that. The pandemic and technology have totally shifted the way we work and when we work and where we work. More and more job seekers and employees are looking for that flexibility.
Even myself, after we can all safely return to work in the office, I support my organization to adopt a flexible work policy that includes flexible working hours and location.
From an employee perspective, flexibility serves many benefits. For the type of work that can be done with flexible hours, being thoughtful of establishing flexible schedules can attract and retain working parents, older workers, and some professionals with physical challenges. For parents who need to pick up their kids from daycare, for instance, having the option to finish their day earlier is especially attractive. For people who need to care for their elder parents or sick family members, allowing flexible times during normal business hours and having employees pick up the missed work during off periods is also showing humanity. For the type of work that can be done from home, this can allow more employment opportunities for people with physical challenges because this would reduce workplace barriers and eliminate any unnecessary commute. That gives you a bigger talent pool from which to build a diverse workforce, even if your geographical location isn't particularly diverse.
I can resonate with this. Raising two daughters, I've always been fortunate enough to work for an organization who values their employees and believe in accommodating these employees by providing flexible work hours.
Same here. I've been fortunate to work for companies that provided me flexibility as well. And what I'm hearing from you is that the traditional thinking of a one-size-fits-all approach to attract and retain workers will not work anymore. The millennials generation is already occupying about one half of the Canadian workforce. And as we all know, the millennial generation thinks, acts, and works differently. Flexibility in the working hours and location is important to them, but that's only one part of it. I'm going to quiz you now. Do you know what else is important for millennials when they choose employers or jobs?
Nice try, Mike. Being a millennial myself, I would say the professional development and career advancement opportunities are critical to me. This means that if I'm choosing between career opportunities, I would want to understand the total compensation package that is being offered. Does it come with just the base pay? Or does it also include other benefits, such as healthcare benefits, retirement savings, and very importantly, a culture that promotes growth and development? Many organizations strive to hire and motivate the millennial generations to go the extra mile of providing, for example, job rotation opportunities, job enlargement assignments, management training programs, investment into employees learning on the job as well as off the job. The employers that I really appreciated were the ones who also offer professional development funds for their employees. Then employees can use these dollar amounts to further enhance their knowledge and skills. The millennials generation does not always think about staying with one employer forever. So when they choose to further develop themselves, they think about transferable skills and what skills are needed in the future.
From my perspective, organizations made up of people at different stages of life often have very different priorities, needs, and expectations. For example, those who just entered the workforce are likely to be interested in options such as tuition reimbursement or wellness programs. Gen X workers want to ensure their family members are insured through healthcare coverage at work. They also are more likely to ask for children benefits and time away benefits. And those who are towards the end of their career want to be sure they have taken advantage of all possible retirement benefits and also may be interested in critical illness benefits.
Good point. I would also add that mental health coverages are more and more sought after. In my opinion, supporting employees who experience mental health challenges first starts with creating a welcoming and caring environment where staff feel able to talk openly about mental health and ask for help. I have seen many employers offer mental health awareness training and workshops to workers. I've also seen managers use their regular one-on-one time to talk with employees about whether they need any additional support. Of course, there are many popular tools and resources out there that employers can take on. For example, creating accommodation and return to work policies, offering employee suicide prevention programs, and supporting an employee and family assistance program, or other things like these. During the pandemic, some industry leaders even increased the dollar amount that are spent on mental health treatment for employees who use counseling, for example.
Yes, we discussed some good points here today. We know that there are so many different types of benefits and perks employers can offer to attract and retain workers from different backgrounds. Determine the best benefit and perks options for a diverse staff requires a clear understanding of what is meaningful to employees. So, two simple things you can do. Action number one, understand the employee demographics of your organization. You can then zero in on the types of workers with different needs and design your benefits and perks accordingly. Action two, ask your employees for feedback through surveys and benefits uptake analysis. So based on the feedback you gather, adjust your benefits and perks accordingly.
That was a pretty good conversation. As we wrap up the session, I'd like to take just a minute to let you know that we offer a badge recognition program that is focused on supporting organizations in the early stages of action on equity, diversity, and inclusion. There are 6 badges available: leadership and capacity, accessibility, staffing, compensation, performance excellence, and learning. For each, we have a list of research-based practical indicators, and you tell us how your organization is fulfilling several of them. Then, we have a confirmation meeting and award the badge. There's lots of flexibility built in, and the point is to inform and recognize your first steps on the journey of meaningful equity, diversity, and inclusion. Contact information for Ada, Renata, and myself are on screen. Please reach out to any of us or the corporate office to talk more about equity, diversity, and inclusion and how we can help you. And thanks to our partners, the Greater Parkland Regional Chamber of Commerce and Community and Social Development Department of the Town of Stony Plain, who are advocates of equity, diversity, and inclusion.